bagels might have got me the first time, but not today. What's going on, guys? Tom Costanza here, back with another YouTube video, posting videos every single Sunday morning. If you guys watched last week's video, you noticed that the bagels actually took me down. I kind of messed up because it was a pain in the butt to get them all to unstick. Today I'm going to be doing a part 2, and we are going to be trying the New York style bagel. I'm going to tweak a few things from last week's video, and we're going to make a New York style bagel better than ever. Let's get started. Alright, so first things first is making our dough. We got our scale out. We're going to do water first. Next is sugar. Then we're going to add in our packet of yeast. Flour next. And lastly is some salt. Alright, now all we do is mix and make it into a dough. And now I probably end up kneading this dough for about 5 minutes or so until it's nice and smooth. Then once we have our dough in a nice circle, we're just going to cover it with our bowl for about 15 minutes. Okay, now after 15 minutes, all we're going to do is tuck the bagel dough underneath itself. Just like this. Now we're going to give it a proper 1 hour to fully proof. Cover it back up. 1 hour.
1 hour later.
Okay, so it's been an hour. I was able to go to the grocery store and get cornmeal, so we don't have to worry about the bagels sticking to our cooking sheet like last week's video. We're going to split this dough into 8 equal bagels, let it rise for an hour, and then we'll go to the next step. But let's break this into 8 equal bagels. Okay, so we're going to start by sprinkling cornmeal all over our cooking sheet. Alright, here we go. Okay, so a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't think I was recording because the battery died. But basically laid down cornmeal onto our cooking sheet here. And now I'm basically just lining the cooking sheet with the bagels. And as for cutting the bagels, I'm just scoring the dough kind of. I'm just kind of taking a line out of the dough, wrapping it around my hand, and then just pulling it with my hand. This, rolling it. That's how we have our bagel. Last one. Alright, so we're already off to a better start than the last time. The bagels are pretty equal, I would say, in size. So I'm pretty happy about that. And they're on cornmeal. So I'm extremely happy about that. Okay, so now what we need to do is figure out a way to properly cover these and let them rest for 1 hour at room temperature, and then we'll throw them in the fridge for about 4 to 6 hours. So let's get these covered up in a way that the saran wrap is not going to stick to the bagel. Last week's video, if you watched that, huge mess. We already fixed problem number 1. Now I need to fix problem number 2 and figure out a way to do that. Okay, well, it's not going in an art museum, but it's serving its purpose, and that's all I wanted. None of the saran wrap is touching the bagels. None of the cups are touching the bagels, but we have 3 cups, and it's just covered with saran wrap. We're just going to let it sit like this for an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour. The bagels have grown just a little bit, I would say. So now we're going to uncover it, remove our cups, and stick it in the fridge for about 4 to 6 hours. That was a lot easier than the last time. I'm pretty happy about all of them. They're a pretty good size right now. This is my hand next to them. I would say maybe they're a little small, but this one looks good. That one looks good. That one looks good. But let's get this in the fridge. Okay, so while the bagels are in the fridge, I'm going to go on another hot girl walk like I did last week. I'm going to do the same route, about 5 miles or so, and just hope I don't get sunburned on my head. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got done with my walk. We have our bagels here, so I took them out of the fridge. I let them sit for about 30 minutes out on the counter here, and then I decided to just put them into the oven and turn the light on. As the proofing temperature is just a little bit higher, it would be probably around 75-80 degrees as opposed to 68 degrees in my apartment currently. But these have about 10 more minutes left. We have our oven preheated to 425 degrees, and then we are starting our water boil to start boiling these bagels. But taking a look at the bagels, they got good rise. I think they actually look a lot better than I thought they were going to, which is great news. So definitely off to a better start than we were last week. I just need to make sure that they don't stick to anything. So far, they didn't stick to any saran wrap. I'm pretty sure they're not going to stick to this because of the cornmeal. So stick around and we'll see. Okay, water's boiling. Now we just have to feed in our bagels. We want to put them in for about a minute or two, just until they increase a little bit in size. Okay, so here's what our bagels look like post-boil. They actually don't look too bad. They're supposed to look a little bit deflated and then they'll reinflate in the oven. So now let's get this into the oven. We're gonna put them in the oven for about 20 minutes total. We're gonna do 10 minutes first, and then we're going to flip them and rotate them at the 10-minute mark and leave them in for the remaining 10 minutes. So hopefully they look good this time. Okay, so our bagels are done. They're right down here. There's a reason that it's cropped out. I'm gonna show you guys in a second. I'm gonna chalk this up as a win because they look really good. They have small holes or no hole, which is something that I like. They're taller than the last time I made them. And they're a nice golden brown. I don't know, I think they look really good. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think these bagels deserve a like on the video. 3, 2, 1, bagels. Alright, everybody calm down. We're gonna wait for these bagels to cool down a little bit. Then we're gonna give it a nice toast, nice layer of butter. We're gonna give it a taste test, and I'm gonna let you guys know how I did. Based on the look of it, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really think that I did a lot better of a job than last week. Just with those major tweaks, I kind of had an idea that that was the reason why the bagels were so flat. I think there's definitely still room for improvement. But if you guys noticed any errors, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, I can't wait any longer. Let's cut into one. One right on top. Still nice and warm. Looks really good. Now let's throw it on the toaster. Bagel is toasted. I think we look pretty good. Now let's take a bite. I'm chalking this up as a win. The bagel has a perfect outer crust to it, which you pretty much crunch on every single bite that you take. The inside is nice and soft, super doughy. I really don't have any complaints to it. I know it's not perfect. There's something missing to it. It might be the malt. So instead of sugar, what New York delis use is malt, and that's what gives it kind of a distinct flavor. It's basically a type of sugar. That could be the difference, but I'm not mad at all. This is a great bagel, and I'm probably gonna keep tweaking it. I'm not gonna keep making it on video, but I'm gonna keep tweaking it and see if I can master it. That is all I have in today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you haven't already, and hit that subscribe button. I'm posting videos every single Sunday. I have a pretty exciting video to post next Sunday. It's switching things up a little bit, but I will see you guys next week. Peace.